Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. Welcome back. So for those of you who are on Instagram or who have an Instagram account, you will have noticed that on the abstract_medicine Instagram, I posted a preview video of this message about sacrifice and, this energy of Pisces. Typically this card is about the shadow aspect, for me as a reader, about Pisces over sacrificing. You might have Pisces in your chart, or predominantly, but there's an energy of sacrifice here that's coming on very strong, and in your current energy right now, or for whenever you're tuning into this video, you may be feeling this right now, where you're overgiving your energies, you're doing things for a greater good, you believe in a higher power, and in your past life, and in these past life cards, we have monk or nun. The reason why you feel that this project, this thing, this relationship, because we have spouse as well, where you could actually be married to someone or in a connection or relationship with someone where you're overgiving your energies, or you feel this need to sort of relinquish your own personal pleasures, relinquish your own personal desires, and even dreams, with the galactic energy here. It's because of a past life where you committed yourself as a monk or a nun. Remember, we can be either gender in our past lives, it doesn't matter. And basically we had made a vow to relinquish all of these good things for ourselves, for a higher power or for another power, giving our energy away to a cause, a thought, a dogma, a religion, a community, a person. And this vow had been sealed to not be affected by any direction, north, south, east or west, and beyond time, so across the timelines. So let's just take a minute before we actually really get into this reading to actually kind of just meditate and see what this is all about. For those of you who are new to Abstract Medicine, for those of you who've found me on my own, I won't say personal account, because it's not really my personal account, my business account, Cristal Fischetti, you will also know that my real name is Cristallina, so that is what I will be called on a personal level. On my work, as a work name, it's Cristal Fischetti, but my business account, Cristal Fischetti, is all about art, and where I talk about, the processes in my work, as well as obviously my podcast, Hype A, HYPEA, Hype A. And I do touch on spirituality and psychic things, esoteric, woo-woo, weird, crazy things. But I'm here just to let you know again that if you are tuning into this video, to please be open-minded. And if this video or this message does not resonate with you, as in you don't feel a connection with this message, then that's totally fine. You can either move on to another video of your choice, and maybe you'll find the message that will be helpful there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to get the singing bowl. Not the singing bowl, Tibetan bowl. Let's just meditate on the situation about sacrifice, shall we? I'm hoping you can hear this. I'm plugged into the headphones. Okay, hopefully you can hear that. So what I just did is I have made sure to, basically I cut as best as I can, I can, with as many people as possible who've tuned into this video, to cut these chords from the timelines. If you would like a personal reading on this, where I do past life regressions as well, you can find the information on my website, crystalfischetti.com, and you can find the details just below. I also have 50% off at this time for all sessions, all readings, including art therapy as well. So if you feel called to, then you know where to find me. I can also energetically do my sort of form of Reiki, which is the shamanic healing session, where I energetically plug into your physical body and just clean out any blockages remotely through Zoom. Again, that's 50% off right now. So yeah, let's get into it. But before we do, I have the Psychic Tarot book with the Sacrifice card. I also just want to point out, before we read about this card in particular, that this person reminds me of an Hawaiian lady. She looks Hawaiian to me, with the flowers, symbols of Hawaii. And the water is kind of muddy, it's kind of brown and muddy, but there's a rainbow just above. You know, and Hawaii is famous for its rainbows. It's so beautiful there, I love it. It's kind of like a paradise. But it's interesting because Hawaii, even itself, as a state, or as a country even, had to sacrifice its own ontology, is it ontology or autonomy even, to another power, which was, first of all, the British, Great Britain. I think it was actually the English military, and then to Americans. Sorry, excuse me, you probably just had me sneeze. If you've got headphones in, then I apologise. I have allergies at the moment. I'm also being drawn to this deck as well, so they're telling me to use this deck as well. Okay, so yeah, so that's quite interesting. And Hawaii still believes to this day that it is under a state rule, sort of like, kind of like someone who's on house arrest. That's the kind of feeling. And it's interesting because I believe that, just on a side note, that I've got allergies today, even though I've taken my things. What was I channeling? I believe that Hawaii... What was I channeling? Oh yes, that Pele, thank you, Spirit. That Pele, the goddess, Pele is rising from the dirt. I also do believe that, I feel like there's a lot of messages coming through from Hawaii right now. I don't know what's happening, just in the world. I'm not really tuned in majorly to world events, which is kind of like a good thing, but also, you know, I'm not so tuned in at the moment. This transportation card and the sacrifice card might actually be linked to the muddy waters of Hawaii. So this could be petrol, this could be inquinamento, I just heard, pollution of the waters, pure waters in Hawaii. But I feel like the goddess Pele, she is not I just want to say she's not really a forgiving goddess. That's the kind of feeling I get. She's kind of, for me, when I went there, when I was called by her to go there, it's because I had a personal soul connection with Hawaii, And I had dreams about it from another past life before going there, literally the flight before. I was leaving, a few hours before I was leaving. In the early mornings when I lived in LA, I took a flight. But anyway, I feel like she's rising, and I feel like she's saying to not only Hawaiians who are connected to the earth to not be corrupted on a physical level, to remember who you are on a soul level, but also to all people who are connected to one's indigenous ancestry, to maintain and continue that search and empowerment and that feeling of autonomy as well. That's very important. That's coming through very strongly. This bridge also looks like there's a bridge. When you come into the island of Oahu, there's a bridge like this, and people jump off it into the water. And I don't know if there was a train, like a railway train track before, but it's now, covered with cars where, people can just like cross it to the North Shore. That just reminded me of that, and I do feel like that's connected. We also have a star on this train too. So we have a star here, and we also have Galactic, the card Galactic right here too, as you can see. So yes, the Galactic Federation is coming through subtly to guide you towards your soul mission, but also I do feel like you have a guide who is your guiding star in your spiritual soul process. This could also be an angel as well from above. This could also be someone who you believed to be an angel on this earth who is now transitioned into the other world, to the next world, I heard, to the next world. We also have spouse here as well. So we have someone from your past life you are going to be connecting with, who you were married to in another lifetime, in another timeline as well. Who you're going to be meeting in this timeline, in this lifetime. And then of course we have monk or nun. And I feel like the monk or nun card is actually more of a hindrance. So, and it's so beautifully connected with the word sacrifice, isn't it? And we have a number 12 as a signifier, numerologically speaking, for events that could take place in December. For some of you, you might be born in December. You could be Sagittarius. You could also be a sign of Capricorn as well, and you might have Pisces in your chart. There's also an energy of, I just heard teleportation as well connected with this. Okay. Anyway, in your zodiac chart, you could have, wherever Pisces is in your chart is the aspect of your zodiac chart that is going to be the most transformative in relation to the messages I just shared. So sacrifice. Powerful achievements are usually born as a result of great sacrifice. This card represents self-sacrifice and a time when you should look around your life to see what needs to be released. By surrendering and letting go, there will be more room to receive. The rewards for this are transformation, wisdom, gratitude and enlightenment. This card signifies that there's a situation happening or about to occur in your life and you can't control the outcome. This would be a good moment to pause, rest, have patience, reflect and meditate. It would be wise to stand back so you can learn to look at events with a more understanding, intuitive eye. Try to view people, issues, or problems from a different perspective. If you can achieve this, it will have a profound effect on your soul and your life. So that's kind of what I was saying. The sacrifice card can also symbolize a period of transition and change, exactly. So it's the energy of transformation, the energy of reconnection, possibly something transformative is happening for you. You might also be teleporting, or maybe this is something in another past life that you were very successful at doing, teleportation. I was researching about a man called Count Saint-Germain, who was said to the arrival of the Italian playboy in Italy. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. Casanova. And basically, Count Saint-Germain was said to be so intelligent, so world read, and very wealthy, and he seemed to have a constant appearance of never aging and looking like he was always around the age of 40. He befriended Prince Charles in France, and I think this must have been during the 14th century, 14th, 15th, I'm hearing 15th and 16th century. And then he sort of disappeared for about 14 years, and then appeared again out of nowhere, and again was entertaining. And it was said that he never ate any food during talks, during banquets. He would never eat. He would always offer a jewel that he was wearing. Like, his clothes were kind of always covered with jewels, precious gems. I'm sure diamonds as well, and emeralds. And he basically would just give them away to a pretty lady. But he was never seen to be eating. And when he was asked, why don't you eat? And he says, well, I have something that I drink. And so what he was said to have done was to have like an oatmeal mix. And with the oatmeal mix, you need some sort of liquid in order to sort of liquefy it. And you would put this precious medicine that he would put in it. And apparently this medicine, which was a liquid, a drink, elixir, was the elixir of life, aka the everlasting medicine that would not age him. It was also then said that he was very well connected with politicians and the new founders of America, who were Masons, and the initiation of the Mormon collective, the Mormon group, the Mormon religion, started through him and his connections, who were then to found the United States of America. And so they kind of revere, still to this day, this chap called Count Saint-Germain. That was not really his name. Apparently, his original self, he must have been about 1,000 years old. This is what legend says. His original self was a wealthy, eldest royal son of Yugoslavia, I believe. And he had to escape, and the court that he was born into at the age of 4, they had to declare him dead in order to help him survive or get away from the impeding wars that were going to come through. I think maybe the War of Crimea or something like that. But anyway, interesting. It's interesting how when I research something, it kind of comes through in the readings, and maybe that will come through again. But it's basically also the energy also of Madame Blavatsky. If you don't know who Madame Blavatsky is, I would highly encourage you to have a read. Just stay neutral. Just stay neutral about her. In the same sense, stay neutral about Aleister Crowley. For good, for bad, or the ugly, they were in the quest for understanding. And that's never a bad thing. It's just how you use that knowledge. And I think that's kind of what the angels and the Galactic Federation are telling me and channeling through me, through these words, is to stay neutral. But yeah, Madame Blavatsky said, human beings can be so stupid, just to only focus on, the physical world and not really take initiative into everlasting life and looking at ways to continue living after the age of 80 for a long, long time. And maybe for some of you, this is something that you had relinquished yourself to. Maybe you made the ultimate sacrifice. You know, there's also so many ascended masters and ascetic monks who had personally self-extricated, so that they call it extrication, self-sacrifice, self-extricated themselves from the physical corporeal body or suit into the other galactic, maybe even spiritual suit. And they did that as a means of meditation. Jesus Christ was said to have done this as well. And so many people, including Buddhists, famously, Buddha, Gautama Buddha, and so many ascended masters who've done that. So interesting that's come through. Okay, weird. I don't know what came over me. It wasn't me, I promise you, it was them. The sacrifice card can also symbolise a period of transition and change. The solutions you seek may be slow in coming, for it could be necessary to live into the answers. Accept the things that you can't control. Wow, okay, this is another thing, is there's a prayer in Hawaii that says, I'm paraphrasing, dear Spirit, dear God, please help me to accept the things I can't control and receive or accept the things I can. And that's quite interesting that this is coming through with this card, me speaking about Hawaii. So accept the things you can't control, heal and leave the past behind. Wow. Move towards your future and watch for new doors opening and paths that are being shown to you. Traditionally, this tarot archetype is the Hanged Man, exactly. Okay, that's kind of amazing. Let's now get into the tarot. Okay, so how am I gonna... Okay. Okay. I'm just speaking to my guides for a second. Okay, hopefully you can see all of this. I hope you like the new setup as well. I have a new table, and my lovely walnut table is downstairs. I also do hope that you're enjoying the videos so far. As you know, I will endeavour to continue committing to you, Abstract Medicine Collective. I love and care for you so much for viewing the videos as well, and for your private bookings. You know who you are, and I just really appreciate you, and I love reading for you, to be honest. Okay, I know that I haven't been doing any what's it called, picker cards. I'm just not feeling called to do it, and when I'm not feeling called to do them, it's for a good reason. I don't know what the reason is right now, but Spirit has a reason. So we have the Three of Wands. Okay, the Three of Wands is someone who is waiting for the opportunity to move forward. For me, it's the card of Sagittarius. This can also involve travel. I'm going to put this back in because I haven't really asked the question just yet. But dear angels, ancestors, guys, please tell us more about this word sacrifice, please. I just heard rise above the ashes. Okay, well, they're telling me we're gonna put these cards like this, and then we'll reveal them slowly. Okay. Let's, angels, ancestors, guides, please tell us about the monk or nun. You know, hard times. You know, it's I can't imagine in this life right now, but I know that I was one of these, monk or nun, where it's a life of hardship, but also a life of temptation. which one must be strong not to fall into that temptation. But it's also the energy of mind over matter. Okay, tell us about monk or nun. For some of you in your past, in this lifetime, you may have gone to a convent, or you may have had, and maybe not so much of a nice experience, to put it lightly, of what had happened there. Okay, let's leave it. Right. Page of Cups. A surprise message for some of you related to your emotions, love, possibly. Someone could be surprising you. Someone could also be sacrificing their ego, I just heard, in order to surprise you. So let's continue with this message of sacrifice and the Page of Cups, please, Spirit. Thank you. Ace of Wands. This person has a strong desire, okay? Strong desire for you physically. They have a lot of passion for you. I do feel like this is love related. But for some of you also, it's the energy of fighting the good fight. So for those of you who are unaware of that phrase, it's basically the warrior of light. Paulo Coelho, who I mention quite a lot in these videos. Paulo Coelho is the one who, is an amazing writer from Brazil, who wrote The Alchemist. He wrote many other books too. He himself is an incredibly spiritual person. I believe has dealt with the occult as well as alchemy, and he's also walked the path of El Camino de Compostela in Spain, which is a sacred path where you are on a path where you want to quit and you have temptations along the way, you have visions as well. And for anyone who is on the path, maybe physically on the path of San Compostela, I think it's of Compostela, or in your life you are on the path of, and you're on the trajectory of finding yourself and your soul, this path of transformation, metaphorically speaking, you will be met with many temptations. But it's how do you stay strong and maintain your integrity? Yes, of course, as we know in abstract medicine, these videos, but also to be a warrior of light. There's also an element of surprise here with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. There could also be this energy of the initiate here with the Page and the Ace of Wands. This is someone who is on the initial path, someone who's being initiated as well. So this message came through briefly, this message is sort of touching on the last video where we spoke about the beginning of a spiritual journey. Okay, so yes, this could be it as well for those of you who are resonating with this. Anything else? 8 of Wands. Yes, a lot of you are going to be receiving fast communication from a loved one or someone who you least expect to have desires for you. This is a new, exciting, I don't want to say road, but it's a new, exciting moment-to-moment happening where you will be receiving lots and lots of messages from this person. Whether it's, whether you want it to continue into the end of time, this love connection, it's up to you and your commitment as well as your karma dharma with this person. But I also do believe that for those of you who have sacrificed your voice to speak and to speak the truth, I do believe that is going to be vastly changing for you as well. So you might also surprise people with your wisdom and your sudden communication talent as well. Some of you may have listened to a video of mine recently where I spoke about getting some training about that, elocution lessons possibly, or maybe reading books or going back to school. I do see that this could be happening for you, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication. I do feel like there's a lot of surprise communication, a lot of activity. Just make sure to stay grounded as well. Okay, let's now have a look at the monk or nun. Okay, thank you. We have the Six of Swords, yes. So the monk or nun card and the Six of Swords related to your past life is you basically moving away from this difficult past. You know, it was hard. There's a lot of hardship involved, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of drudgery as well, and possibly even resentment that you may be having still in your energetic field in this current lifetime, because of your commitment and your sacrifice of the commitment to being a monk or a nun, but also your sacrificing of physical pleasures, foods, you know, your own dreams as well. The dreams card, the dreams energy keeps coming through. Let's see more about the Six of Swords, please, Spirit. Yes, because there was a lot of Five of Cups. There was a lot of disappointments and, you know, regrets. Emotionally speaking, this is you moving away from this energy, but also it was really hard times. And do you remember I spoke about the bridge here in Transmutation? And we also have a rainbow bridge too. The rainbow bridge is actually the connection that one makes between this world and the next world. In particular, if you're wanting to connect with an angel or a guide, you know, one would traverse the rainbow bridge, spiritually speaking, and connect. Also, there's 7 rays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, there's 7 rays. There are 7 spheres in connection to this rainbow bridge, in connection with every single light speed, as in indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, etc. But so that would also be that's also something that I feel like for those of you who were a monk or a nun in a religious sector, in a religious setting, I believe that I actually believe that you are more spiritually awakened than you were. I just had religiously bent, so sort of like you didn't bend to the religious aspect, you were more prone to the spiritual transformative energy of that doctrine, okay? And I do feel like, emotionally speaking, you were very upset and disappointed about having taken this journey. I also into being a monk or a nun, and this journey of sacrifice, being a brother or a sister, okay, in this setting. I also do believe that some of you had wanted to leave, had wanted to move away from being a monk or a nun in a past life. There was an opportunity for you to go, but there was something that was hindering you from moving forward, and it was because you'd made that vow. So this is something that in this lifetime you are remembering on a subatomic, subconscious level, that actually you can physically move forward from something that is hurtful or painful. You can move physically away from something that you're feeling constricted to stay into. Okay. All right. Let's now have a look at the Galactic card, please, Spirit. The Galactic card. Let me just see if I can arrange the... There you go. Okay. Galactic card. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. Just to make a bit more space here. Okay. I just heard Pinola. I know. My guides, they're like, you're really precise and organised. I said, yeah, I know. Pinola. King of Pentacles. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is, yeah, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wow. Okay, so I spoke about the Galactic Federation. There is someone who's in charge of the Galactic Federation, like un capo, like a head, and we have un capo here. We have a head, King of Pentacles, and this is Ashtar. For those of you who don't know who Ashtar is, and it's interesting because I've not been intentionally connecting with him, but he comes in sideways occasionally to connect with me. Commander Ashtar is his name, and he is the one who's in charge of the Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation are a federation, a bit like the UN, but galactically speaking, who connect with all planets. I don't know if it's all planets. Is it with our planet? Yeah, it's all planets, he's saying. All planets. So that we can all work together in peace and harmony. As it will be. As it should be. As it's always been. So interesting that he's saying these things, because it hasn't always been, has it? But it's actually invoking that now. Because there have been wars in the galactic realm. Let's get some more channeling from Commander Ashtar. This is amazing. Commander Ashtar, please can you give us some more information about the galactic card? Two of Wands. Make a decision. Make a choice. Make a decision. There's something you're leaving behind, and there's something that you're moving forward towards. Two of Wands is a journey. Two of Wands is a plan to travel. I also do believe that a lot of you are in this realm. You have sacrificed your, okay, interesting, your spiritual, you sacrificed your soul in the sense that you've chosen to not connect to your spirituality because of fear from your past life when you were a monk or a nun. I hope that makes sense to you. And Commander Ashtar is saying that here with the Pentacles energies about money and opulence and desires, food, pleasures. It's to make a choice. You're now making a choice where you can have both, yes. You can have pleasures, you can have finances, you can have wealth, you can have riches, you can have pleasures, you can have all of that, but everything always in balance. He's holding a globe, and he's also holding a star. Remember how we spoke about the star and the transportation card? We'll get into it in a minute. There's the star, and there is the globe. It's now time to, again, this message of sacrificing the ego is important for a lot of you, and a lot of you are being initiated, and a lot of you are being called to rise above the muck. Rise above the physical, as it's an illusion. Very much like the Matrix. Again, the Matrix keeps coming in these videos, no surprise. I love the Matrix. It's basically a manual of this life and many other dimensions that we can hop and live in as well. But also physical places too can make a huge impact on your soul He's saying. He's saying, look, for example, you. Thank you. I've moved to the country, and he's saying this has been very good for your soul. Thank you. But also, this is a place where I've planted positive seeds for further wealth, and being the king of my castle. But yes, for a lot of you, you're being asked to move, travel, relocate away from a place where you sacrificed your own dreams. The star energy is coming through with that. And for some of you, you may be surprising many people that you might suddenly relocate all of a sudden. You might suddenly message someone and they're like, "Where are you? I haven't heard from you in a long time," and you go, "Oh, actually, I've moved here," and that will be a surprise to many. And you don't have to give explanations or reasons for why you have done that. If you've made that choice, Two of Wands, you know that on a soul level. Why? And for most of you, it is because you subconsciously, subatomically, have a very strong desire to move away from the BS, the muck. To feel lighter of soul, to feel more in line with spirit. Beautiful. Okay, is there anything else okay, we'll get into it with some other cards. Cool. Okay. What else do we have here? Transformation. Okay. What's this? Oh, I keep saying this is transformation. Yes, this is a transformative path that you are on right now. Transportation. Message of transportation. Ah, so he's the one that will help you with what did I say? Teleportation. He will help you to teleport. There's also this energy of what's that thing called? See, when I channel, I forget. I'm sort of basically in and out of myself right now as I channel. What's that? Holograph. Thank you. The hologram. The hologram is an energy of teleportation. I also do believe he's saying that this is something that a lot of us as humans have not fully mastered yet, but we are going towards. And there's also this energy, of course, of everlasting life too, which many people who are in the King of Pentacles energies, like the Elon Musks of these worlds, like the Jeff Bezos of this world and these worlds, I heard, is investment in this technology as well. But remember, stay balanced. Stay balanced, because too much investment in these things, in technology without soul. I'm also speaking about AI. I'm channeling right now. I'm also speaking about AI is not a good thing, to put it lightly. Two of Pentacles, again, a choice. Two of Pentacles is also someone who is juggling many commitments, someone who could also be doing too much in order to, make money as well. We have a mouse here in this card. I don't know if you can see it just where my finger is, my index finger. There's a mouse here, and this mouse is telling you to pay attention to the finer details. This is the energy of Ganesha. So keep your ears open and wide for new opportunities. We have the boats here as well, which typically for me comes in with a Two of Wands or Three of Wands card. But pay attention to the small things too. Pay attention to the immediate impact that you will be making in this world, but also the immediate tasks that you need to fulfill and complete before you start to really think big. And also he's saying that big and small are irrelevant. They're just about perspective. What is big for one person may be small for another. He is relating that to the energy of planets. He's also showing me this scene in the film Men in Black, the first one, where there's the cat, the ginger cat with the ciondolino. What's the ciondolino in English? The like the charm around his collar. And this charm around his collar is actually a whole world, a whole universe. And this alien that comes out of this person's head, I don't want to give it all away to you, but watch the film, Men in Black, the first one. This alien says, I think it's the alien? No, it's the dog. It's the pug. It says, what is it with you people? You're so obsessed with with size, and you're not realising that you can have a whole universe in such a small, like the size of a marble, for example. Majorly paraphrasing. Okay, don't quote me fully on that, but paraphrasing. Okay, we're going to get more. So Six of Pentacles, again, balance. The energy of balance is coming through. The energy of not just sacrificing, but it's the energy of service, giving back. What are you giving back to this world, is the question. What are you giving back? Yeah? So that's what's being asked by Commander Ashtar right now. Just excuse me while I just move these. I just want to make sure that you can see all of them, all of the cards. For some of you who are stargazers, whatever you believed you saw was true, he's saying. It was true. Okay? So for those of you who doubted something that you saw in the stars or in the sky, it was true. It was real. It was true. Okay? There is an energy and a need to give back. And so I know that these messages are quite abstract, and some of you might be fuddled with the messages, but I just heard stay true. Because the spiritual world is a very abstract world. The esoteric world is a very abstract world. And for those of you who get it, will get it. And for those of you who won't, will not just yet, until you start to awaken. Okay? So, and he's saying again, like, the guides that are coming through in the abstract medicine videos are telling me always that I am here to initiate that transformation within you through these readings. Beautiful. And that's me being of service. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Commander Ashtar. So whatever, also tithing, the energy of tithing. So if you are a Muslim, during the month, also the weeks of Ramadan, you would give a percentage of your earnings to the poor. And it's the same in all religions. You tithe, you give a percentage of your earnings, but also just give to charities. Okay, not to just like show off that you have the money and means to do that, but again, always in balance. The energy of Libra here with the balancing scales he has here. What is this about transportation and the Two of Pentacles? He's telling me to look at the numbers. 2, 2, 6. Interestingly, in the UK, that we've had some train strikes, and there's going to be another train strike, I believe, next week. Yeah, I'm just going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, everyone, so yes, well, so have a look at 2, 2, 2, and 6, and 6. So 6, 2, 2, 6. This could be a phone number as well. But anyway, what I was saying here is there have been strikes here in the UK, train strikes. I've also heard yesterday from my mum. She sent me a message saying that will be other train strikes across across England. And because right now I'm working to get a car, I've got to get the train into London, essentially. So I've got to sort of plan my journey ahead of time. So if some of you, this could also just be a banal message like that, but it's a heads up to plan your journey ahead of time. There could also be transportation issues as well, related to your business here. With 2 and 6 adds up to 8. So the 8 of Pentacles is you making sure that you continue studying. Let me just have a look. Continue studying and honing in your craft. So you leverage your determination, conscientiousness, and attention to detail to get the job done. I'm just reading from the Everyday Tarot booklet. Exactly, and it's this attention to detail with the mouse here that I spoke about. As you do the same task over and over, you work your way towards mastery of your craft. Yeah, exactly. If there's anything else that comes through with regard to that, I will have a look. But also with the strikes, there's, the reason why there are strikes is because people who work in the transport system and the trains, what is the word? Train drivers who work in the transport system regarding trains are wanting to get a better pay, I would say, and I don't feel like they're getting enough, and that's the reason why they're striking. Some of them are also struggling to make ends meet. I don't know about you, wherever you are in the world, but in the UK, the cost of living has gone up by quite a lot. I would say, I don't know, more than double. I know that in Spain, the hotels there, if you're going on holiday by train, they're also saying go on holiday by train, not by aeroplane. That's what they're saying. That is also important, they're saying, because it's going to help the environment. That's what they're saying. Okay. Or by boat. Yes. Well, we don't walk nowadays. They're saying walk over car, they're saying, but we're not going to be walking like we used to. Oh dear. Okay, they're just giving me a vision of the old times. I can't remember what I was saying, what I was channeling. Anyway. Ooh, how interesting. I didn't really flip this, but anyway, interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Oh. Where is this meant to go? This is you, they're saying. So for a lot of you who I read for on Abstract Medicine, you are females or resonate with the energy of the feminine in particular. But you don't have to be at all. But it's definitely tapping into your feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles is you, in the sense that the Queen of Pentacles has finally understood her self-worth, has finally understood that she no longer equates money to self-worth. She's balanced. She likes to invest in things that make her comfortable. This can include home. This could include, vehicles. This can include clothing as well, jewellery. She also likes to stay grounded. She's also very fertile. And she likes to invest in good foods as well, mainly organic, biological. And her eyes are down in this card, and I think it's because she's telling me that her eyes are down, but she's smiling. She's not quite like the Queen of Wands, where she's sort of like loud and proud. She's balanced and she's there, But there's something quite alluring about her because her eyes aren't staring right at you. So it makes you want to know why. So she's quite alluring. So where does she go? I also feel like, you know, I don't know this to be true or not, with Commander Ashtar. He's saying yes, but it's about perspective. Okay, I just asked him, do you have a consort? And he said yes, but it's also about perspective because we have two here. It takes two to beat as one. It takes two to tango, but it's also the balance of opposites and the balance of both. Again, masculine and feminine energy. So yes, in your perspective, I do have a wife. In my perspective, we are one. So take it as you will, kind of thing. So, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are physically in union with someone or not, your divine counterpart or consort. It's a balance of those energies within one. Okay? This could be energetically, this could also be physically, or both. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing here. The hands as well, the prayer hands, are also again about aligning the masculine energy and the physical energy of your body and coming together as one as well. And that's why we pray like this. And it's in our heart center. We put the palms, you know, where our heart chakra is. Okay, beautiful message. Message from the angels, please. Okay. Thank you. Oh, look, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, this is such a happy card in this deck, isn't it? I mean, it's a happy card anyway, but such a happy card. You know, a lot of you are really destined for riches and wealth. To have it all, you know, to have it all. I also, I'm getting this message from the angels. There is a wife here or a mother figure here who is a little bit dodgy. I have to say this in how I'm reading this card right now visually. There's something about this person who's very calculated, the female in this card, and the angels are saying beware of this person. So just be aware. This, I don't know who this is in my life, but beware. Is something calculated. This also could be someone who you might know, or someone in the world out there, or in the cultural and the visual culture world, so like celebrities, whatever, who may have married someone much older than them and had a child with them, so that they could be the princess or queen of the castle, so they could have all of the wealth that they desired. Interesting. And the angels are keeping an eye on this person. Interesting side note. Ace of Swords. The angels are saying that you have clarity. If you don't have it now, you will be getting clarity very, very soon. You will also be getting clarity about the situation that I mentioned. Interesting. I kind of want to get one more of this. Ace of Swords. And the 10 of Pentacles. Six of Wands, victory. Okay, so a lot of you are going to be very successful with your investments. I also do think that your main investment is through communication. So whatever it is that you're doing in your line of work, it's about communication, it's about speaking the truth, it's about integrity here with the Wands card. But it's also about balance as well as communication in particular. That's what I'm seeing. I do feel like a lot of you speak, sing, communicate, write through writing, drawing, of course. Your sword, you know, you will have, if you don't right now, you are a warrior of light and you are a truth seeker and truth sayer, and this, you speaking your truth, is going to bring more accolades. You speaking your truth and being true to yourself, the angels are saying, is going to bring success and acknowledgement. You speaking your truth and being in your truth is going to bring fame, fortune. You speaking your truth, you being your truth, is going to bring awards. They're also saying mente sana, corpo sano. So when your mind is healthy, your body is healthy too. I don't know if I have enough space here. Yes, I do. Of course I do. Okay, so I'm going to do this now, this. So that's kind of almost wrapped up here. Spouse. The Ten of Pentacles is also happy family, happy wife, happy life. I just heard the spouse. Wow, the world. You could be meeting someone from across the seas, from abroad, someone who is worldly different than you, culturally, or whatever. I do believe that you are going to be concluding something in your life and starting a new chapter in your life all over again. And this is something to do with your spouse. Your spouse or you yourselves love to travel. You could also speak multiple languages or a different language, okay? And this person that you were connected with from a past life is coming back in. I have mentioned this message before about this person being different from you in some way. You could also be meeting this person through friends, through celebrations, through drinks at a bar, at a festival. I do feel like this could be a mutual contact somehow. Let's get one more, why not? Three of Cups. Ooh, I feel like it's this one. Wow, look at that, the Lovers. So this card has been coming up when I speak about true love. So the Lovers is here. Some of you are needing to make a choice between one or the other. Again, it's the one that brings you peace, balance, and is your energetic match. Not just about appearances. You have to sacrifice your ego on that stance as well. And the love angels, the romance angels, are helping you to come to that decision for some of you. Okay? And this is a true match. Okay? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is saying that you're just about to start a new career, a new journey, a new project, a new business endeavour. That's going to be the beginning of a new positive financial journey, I would say. I think it's very good news. Whatever it is, it's very good news. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there for the moment. So that's all I have for you, dear ones. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like a private reading with me, you know where to find me. I'm doing currently 50% off. And I will be able to channel and connect with you through the angels. If you want to message with Commander Ashtar, I will ask him for permission, of course, beforehand. I'm sure we can arrange that. And also, yeah, just stay blessed, and any questions that you have for me, you know to find me. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye for now.